Sincerely hope that 2025 is the year that as a community we are free from the shackles of power scaling.
Who the starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Hating on power scaling is extremely corny, and honestly, I'm tired of hearing it. It is quite literally just a hobby. If you don't like people power scaling, doing videos, scroll by. If this is YouTube, turn it off.
That shit been corny since 2022, I'm sorry.
2022. What happened in 2022? I think that was pretty much the largest year for TikTok power scaling. So I'm guessing you got boxed up by somebody in TikTok, and that's upset you. But I don't have any evidence for that. But it is an interesting year to point out.
Y'all don't even pick good matchups.
I agree.
It'd be the same arguments over and over again, and it'd be so played out.
I actually agree with this as well. I think the Naruto versus Luffy argument is inherently played out. Naruto quite literally turns Luffy into a goddamn condom. It is that bad. Luffy has not gotten enough power-ups for it to match start of Boruto Naruto. Like, that, it's that bad. So yes, I agree, this is played out. But let's see what you say afterwards.
I'm not even mad at inverse power scaling. I mean, that's cool, that's natural, but...
Yeah, inverse is inherently natural, but so is cross-verse, though.
Cross-verse shit is where y'all lose me.
Since we've been creating characters, people have wondered who would beat who. This has been happening, honestly, all of time, but the easiest thing to point out is comics. People have been discussing, would Superman really beat Mr. Fantastic? I don't know why that's an argument, but people have been arguing about this shit forever.
First of all, none of y'all are physicists.
You don't need to be a physicist to power scale. I'm guessing you're saying this because you're having troubles with some numbers. Don't worry, we all do. You don't need to be a physicist to power scale. You don't even have to be, like, super smart. You just gotta be able to learn.
How are you gonna tell me if something's massively faster than the speed of light? Quantify the speed of light.
Do you not know the speed of light? I mean, I guess not knowing the speed of light offhand is fine, but you could just Google it. It's 299,792,458 meters per second, give or take. Now, the reason that we call it the speed of light is because it's the speed limit of the universe, and it's easily understood that, well, light is the most common form, but it's not the only form that reaches the speed of light. Anything massless can reach the speed of light. Of course, fiction is not beholden to these limits, and is able to go faster than light.
And that's actually usually how the fucking arguments go. Even further than that, it takes away from actual good conversations we can be having, like about the story writing, about character development, about some of the deeper, darker themes.
Power scaling in no way takes away from those conversations. It's just another conversation to be had. If you want to have those conversations, I looked at your page, it looks like you're having a lot of those conversations. You've achieved what you wanted. We don't all need to talk about the same damn things. Hell, I talk about deep, dark things on my page as well as power scaling. Like, I'm not sure where you're getting this, that power scaling inherently, like, removes these conversations to be had. It's just another conversation.
If I was writing some of these beautiful stories, and I got on TikTok and saw niggas arguing about who could punch who harder, I'll be pissed.
That's a very strange thing to be pissed about. Your book is, or novel or manga, whatever it is you're creating, is being talked about. That's a good thing. That increases sales. Like, what are we talking about here?
I low-key thought 2024 was going to be the year that power scaling died out, but it seems like there was a resurgence.
The idea of power scaling is so old that it's kind of insane to say, oh, I thought it was going to die out last year. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense.
There is so much better shit we can be talking about, y'all.
There's so much better things to be arguing about than even mentioning fiction at all, right? We could be talking about the state of the world and the fact that Donald Trump is completely ruining our fucking country, but, you know, we have hobbies, so, I'm not going to tell people not to talk about fiction. Maybe you should think your arguments a little bit through before you make them.
Please, for the love of God, retire power scaling. The writers don't care about scaling, and they make that evident in the way they write their stories.
It just isn't true. Writers very much care about their own inverse power scaling. Now, do they care about cross-verse? Like I said in my previous video, who cares? It's a hobby.
Neither do we.
Who's we?
I scroll on TikTok Live one more time and see a panel of 9 people using bullshit science to back up bullshit arguments over who can punch who harder. I promise you I'm gonna lose my shit.
I don't know if the guy who didn't know what the speed of light was should really be so angry that people are having passionate conversations about who wins in a versus battle. Can it be a little toxic? Absolutely. Every fucking fandom is inherently toxic. But it's a hobby. Like, if you don't like it, move on. It's not hurting anyone. Like, it quite literally isn't hurting anyone. This is so fucking strange to have such a visceral reaction to a hobby. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking weird. Big 2025, we still have anti-power scalers. Whatever. Alright, so, as I mentioned prior, every video I'm gonna end it with, fuck Donald Trump. Alright, and, now to finish off this video, I'm gonna need you to subscribe, like, and if it's on, like, TikTok and shit, I need you to follow. No hate to bro, but OverGoat out.